Hello everybody, how you doing? It's been quite a while since I've made a dream card on my channel, but today is the day to fix this. My goal here is not really to make a realistic lineup, but not an impossible one either. I'm just going to pick 10 matches of my choosing who I think altogether will make one hell of a night. So here we go for my dream card for SummerSlam. And my first match of the evening is going to be Cesaro versus John Cena. If there is anyone that deserves to be at the top of the world like Kofi Kingston is at the moment, Cesaro is the guy. He's just an amazing talent who is in WWE for quite a few years now and represents the company better than everyone else if you want someone who incarnates the word wrestler. You just lack of the little thing that could make him a main eventer, and a possible way to help him achieve his goal is to give him a big marquee match. And that's where enters John Cena. The two of them are arguably the strongest men of WWE pound for pound, and like we saw in the past, they can produce a wonderful match when they're facing each other. All we need is John Cena to put his golden shovel away and bring the best out of the Swiss Superman, because even if it's not a championship match, it could be one of the most important moments of Cesaro's career. Then we're going to have a 6-man tag team match between the Club and the New Day. Now that the Club is back together, it would be a shame to not having a match with them at SummerSlam. And to be honest with you, there's only one team that could challenge them, if not the Undisputed Era. But for today, let's leave NXT to NXT. I'm speaking, of course, of the New Day. In that scenario, Kofi Kingston is no longer WWE Champion, which could obviously be a controversial choice, but New Day might as well enter this match as SmackDown Tag Team Champions and turn this into a championship match. So, in any case, even if I'm putting no prize on the line, I think it will be a great match to bring these two stables to new heights. For the Raw Women's Championship, I pick Bayley versus Sasha Banks. With everything going on with the Women's Revolution, if I had to pick one match that was a key point to this whole movement and totally defined women's wrestling, it has to be Bayley versus Sasha Banks at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn in 2015. At this time, Bayley was everyone's most lovable underdog, while Sasha was on top of the world with a mean and arrogant personality that made the success of the boss. And when both of them clashed, magic happened and history was made. I would love to see in 2019 a proper follow-up to the story, not the one WWE tried a few months ago which totally failed. SummerSlam would be a perfect time to fix that up. After this, I'm going to pick an 8-man ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. I don't think I can make a dream card without one big ladder match in the middle of it. I probably had one in every dream cards I made, so I guess you can figure out this is my favorite type of match, and for good reasons. You don't need to go deep with storylines, and it's kind of easy booking. It's a great way to use superstars that could have missed the night if this match wasn't made, and obviously, it's a wonderful spectacle. I don't know, there's just something different between winning a championship via pinfall or submission and climbing up a ladder to seize your championship. I just love it, and I would definitely love to see this match at SummerSlam. For the United States Championship, Ricochet versus Aleister Black. Ricochet and Aleister's debut on the main roster was kind of special. They started together as a team, which gave us a lot of great matchups, but led to nothing at the end. That's okay since their situation has changed, but if you followed what they were doing on NXT, you'll know they deserve so much better. Right now Ricochet is the current US champion, which is good for him, but Aleister Black is still waiting for a real one-on-one, which is going to happen tonight at Extreme Rules. But after this, who knows what's coming. One thing is sure though, if one day they are put against each other, WWE got in their hands what could be a match of the year, and I would love to see this at SummerSlam. And now right after this, I'm going to pick the Viper Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt. Since we all saw the first episode of the Firefly Funhouse, I think it's safe to say that everybody is waiting for Bray Wyatt's return. It could happen tonight at Extreme Rules or a bit later on, but one thing is sure, we are going to see him at SummerSlam. I don't really know what should be his first target, but I feel like going through people who screwed him up in the past like John Cena could be a good idea for redemption. But since he's already busy on this card, Randy Orton is also a perfect match. And don't be fooled, I'm not using a correct picture of Bray Wyatt here on my graphics. We are going to discover a brand new Bray Wyatt. And if his first target will be the Viper, so let it be. For the Raw Women's Championship, Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey. The last road to WrestleMania was phenomenal for Becky and Ronda. I mean, Becky became the man, while Ronda conquered WWE before both of them main evented the biggest show of the year for the first time ever. Everything happened during that period except one thing, a one-on-one match between them. This is probably one of the few matches that a lot of us were waiting for, but it never happened, at least not yet. I think it would be even better if this contest becomes a last woman standing match, because if there's one stipulation that fits both of them, it's gotta be this one. Definitely a match I'd like to see at SummerSlam. Now for the WWE Championship, Samoa Joe versus Kevin Owens. Like I said it earlier, for this card I'm not considering Kofi Kingston as WWE Champion. Doesn't mean I think he's going to lose tonight at Extreme Rules though, but I just would like to see Samoa Joe with the WWE Championship and defending it at SummerSlam. And since SummerSlam is going to be in Canada, what better challenger than Kevin Owens? This might actually happen since Kevin is turning face, but I'm picking this match only because of where it's taking place. Every time a show is set in Canada, the crowd is insane. And this time it's going to be even bigger since it is one of the biggest pay-per-view of the year. So imagine Owens going for the WWE Championship at home. This place is going to be nuts, and I would love to see that. Then I'm going to pick Drew McIntyre versus The Undertaker. Well, it's a bit paradoxical here because on one hand I would love to see The Undertaker having a match at SummerSlam, on the other hand I'm the first one to say he shouldn't be competing anymore. I mean, it's not gonna end well, but since there is high probability he's going to wrestle again this summer, if there's one guy he should face, that is Drew McIntyre. He's the right person that will match Undertaker's in-ring style and tempo, and he's the one of guys that totally deserves to face the dead man, which is still a huge honor. Because if McIntyre wants to be considered as one of the top guys in WWE, facing The Undertaker is a way to go. And finally, for the main event, we get a triple threat match for the Universal Championship between Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins. Of course, the first thing you may see is Brock Lesnar as champion instead of Rollins, and why the hell would you put the Universal title on Brock if everyone wanted it removed from him in the last few months? But it's not about him being the champ, it's more about Rollins and Reigns facing each other or teaming up together, and most importantly, having an opportunity to slay the beast once again to become Universal Champion. Actually, it doesn't really matter that much who enters this match as champion, but SummerSlam always have one big blockbuster matchup, and in that configuration, I think it definitely has one. And here it is, that was my dream card for SummerSlam. Tell me what you think about it, and I can't wait to look at the comments to see yours. Thanks everyone for watching, as always please remember to share, like and subscribe, and if you want you can follow me too on social. If you don't want to miss any of my future videos, click beside the subscribe button and ring the bell. That's gonna be it for this week, I'll see you soon after Extreme Rules.